So right now, the U.S. military working to recover the debris of a Chinese balloon that flew over the country for the last few days. The military shot that balloon down over the Atlantic Ocean on Saturday. Two U.S. officials say a similar spy balloon crashed down in the Pacific right off the coast of Hawaii about 4 months ago, and that incident had not been previously reported. The Pentagon also adding 3 other Chinese spy balloons crossed into the continental U.S. during the Trump administration. However, that is something that the former president and his top aides have refuted. So we have a ton of questions this morning. Joining us now, reporter Doug Luzader for us in Washington, D.C. Doug, good morning here. Doug, let's talk a little bit about this situation. Why did the government wait so long to stop the balloon? It was shot down over the Atlantic Ocean, but it was spotted in Montana. I mean, what gives?
It was spotted in Montana, which obviously has a pretty sparse population, so there was certainly a number of lawmakers, for instance, calling for it to be shot down then. The Pentagon said they had concerns about shooting it down over any populated area because of the potential for a wide debris field, I think falling from 60,000 feet. So they decided to wait. Now, at what price? I mean, that's going to be a question here for some members of Congress here. Did we simply wait too long to take this thing out? They timed this so it exited kind of the U.S. mainland, but was still within U.S. airspace before it was actually shot down. So there was still a legal basis for doing so because it was in U.S. airspace, but the debris rained down in the Atlantic Ocean, and now they're in the process of trying to recover what they can to see what really the payload involved here, because the U.S. has alleged that this was a spy balloon.
Yeah, I mean, that's the question. This is odd because we're talking about a spy balloon. I mean, we've heard that spy satellites are a thing, so why are there balloons floating around?
Well, it's a good question, and you know, the Pentagon said all along here that they didn't think this thing was much of a threat, that any data that it gleaned would not be substantially different from a satellite passing overhead. That may be the case, but it does kind of raise the question of why then did China bother to send a balloon if they could have done the same thing by satellite? So we just don't know. We don't have all the answers of what China was really intending to do here. Was the balloon itself just kind of a form of provocation? Maybe. I mean, obviously we have pretty tense relations with China right now, as evidenced by the fact that U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken canceled his trip there because of this incident.
Okay, so the question now is what happens next, especially when it comes to U.S.-China relations, Doug?
Well, that's right. At some point, one would imagine the Secretary of State will schedule that trip and actually go to China, and at that point it would have to be raised as an issue. The president is likely to talk about this at least obliquely tomorrow night at his State of the Union address. I would imagine they're furiously editing it now to add in perhaps a more robust mention of China. I mean, look, China is an important trade partner with us, but they're also an adversary of sorts on the world stage. So it really is kind of a delicate balancing act for the U.S.
It certainly is, and we have, as you can see, so many questions here. Doug, we appreciate you being there for us and answering some of those in D.C. for us. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And as